Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're kind of cutting past the usual interview advice. Forget just firm handshake and dress well. We're really digging into the specific language and the preparation techniques that make you stand out, that show you're a high-value candidate right away, someone ready to deliver, not just, well, looking for a job.
That's right. We're trying to go beyond that generic stuff. Our mission here is to pull out the actual vocabulary and the preparation rituals that show real confidence and serious commitment before you even walk through the door. So this deep dive, it's all about mastering that initial prep, getting that first impression mailed.
Yeah, exactly. And we pulled this from a really great three-part series on high-stakes interviewing. Today, we're focusing just on part one, getting ready, because without this groundwork, the research, the language, well, the rest just kind of falls flat, doesn't it? Talking about your background, handling tough questions, it won't land right. So let's start with that language of commitment.
Okay, so looking at the prep material, the first thing that jumps out is this gap, right? Between just sort of everyday terms and what we're calling power language. If you really want to stand out, you've got to actively weave these stronger, specific terms into your answers.
And the sources highlight some business essentials you just have to know, starting with, well, that acronym that seems to be everywhere, CRM.
Ah, yes, customer relationship management. Now, crucially, while it technically defines the whole strategy a company has with clients, managing feedback, support, sales patterns, in practice professionally, it usually means the database software that organizes all that. Think Salesforce, Sugar CRM, things like that. So saying you've got experience with CRM development or managing a CRM database, that immediately signals, a certain level of business literacy. It's huge in so many sectors.
Okay, that makes sense. And then there's core values. This can sometimes feel a bit like HR fluff, but the sources really stress how important it is, especially early on.
Because it's really the heart of the company, isn't it? The core values, maybe it's respect for the environment, maybe it's investing in employee development. They're central to what the company believes in. And if
Oh.
you can genuinely show, hey, my values align with yours, well, that establishes immediate cultural fit. It's powerful. And similarly, when you talk about your own work, using terms like custom designed or custom made.
Ah, right. That implies something special, not just routine.
Exactly. It suggests thoughtful, specialized work, not just following some template. It shifts the perception, like you said, from I did the task to I crafted a unique solution.
Okay, but let's jump to those phrases that really elevate things. What the material calls the language takeaway, starting with undisputed. How do we use that naturally
Hmm.
without sounding like we, just swallowed a thesaurus?
Right. Good question. It's about context. You'd use undisputed leader or maybe undisputed champion when you're answering something like, so what do you know about us? It shows you've done your homework, you respect their position in the market. It's an informed compliment, basically.
Gotcha. And when talking about your own goals, the sources say, ditch I want a promotion for, growth opportunity or development opportunity.
Yes. These terms are just, well, more elegant. They reframe ambition. It's not about being unhappy where you were. It's about a proactive drive to improve professionally and personally. It signals ambition, yes, but focused forward movement. And this connects to another term, read up, if they ask how you prepared.
You say you read up on them.
Exactly. It means you specifically took time to deepen your knowledge about their company, their field. It shows initiative.
And the phrase I really liked in the material, I think it sounds very genuine, is resonate with.
Oh, absolutely. To resonate with something. It means you feel a real connection, you're touched by it, or you deeply agree with an idea. So when a candidate says, the company's core values really resonated with me, it implies a connection that goes beyond just the job description. It feels authentic.
Okay, but the absolute top-tier phrase the sources pointed out, the one that paints a really vivid picture for the interviewer, unleash potential.
That phrase is fantastic, isn't it? I mean, think about the literal image, releasing someone's abilities, like taking the leash off. To unleash potential suggests you see this new role not just as a paycheck, but as a way to maximize what you're capable of, to give your abilities the freedom to grow and contribute fully. Using that, it instantly shifts the focus from what you get to what you can achieve together. It's very powerful.
Okay, so we've got this powerful language, this language of value and commitment. But even nailing the language, doing all the research, it can all fall apart if you make this one critical mistake. The one highlighted in the source materials dialogue example. The candidate started so well.
Oh, it was painful to read, wasn't it?
Yeah, he used all the right words, undisputed leader, strong corporate governance, and it's just boom. Self-sabotage.
It was a complete verbal own goal right at the end of what could have been a great answer about why he wanted the job. He just pivoted instantly from talking about commitment to,
Yeah.
well, personal gain.
And the specific mistake, the line that killed it was, oh, and they offer 6 weeks vacation, stock options, and bonuses. I'm totally going to cash in on that.
Ugh. Yeah. You can practically hear the record scratch, can't you? That single sentence just screams transactional. The fatal flaw there is making money and benefits sound like your main reason for joining. You immediately switch the focus from how you'll contribute to their mission to how eager you are to benefit from their success.
Right. The interviewer hears, this person's just here for the perks and the paycheck, not the actual work or the team. But why is the timing so crucial? I mean, can you never mention benefits?
You can, absolutely, but never as the primary driver for why you want to join. That's the key. Think about it. Are you applying to contribute or applying to consume? When you lead with value, I want to unleash my potential here to help you achieve X, you're proposing a partnership. When you lead with what's in it for me, especially focused on perks, it suggests the company owes you something before you've even started. For any manager looking for someone genuinely invested, that's a massive red flag. Huge. Okay, so how do we make sure that first impression screams value and commitment, not show me the money? The source material lays out 3 really fundamental tips for solid interview prep.
All right, tip 1, deeply research the company. Read up. Seems obvious, but maybe not how deep to go.
Exactly. You need to read up seriously, not just a quick glance at their About Us page. Dig into their history, their products or services, their management style if you can find info on it, market size, their overall strategy. This research is what lets you use words like undisputed or resonate with genuinely. It makes them believable because they're backed by actual knowledge.
And the payoff goes beyond just answering questions.
Right.
It clearly shows the interviewer you're genuinely interested, that you actually care. And maybe more importantly, that you're willing to do the extra work needed to prepare, which strongly suggests you'll be the kind of person who does the extra work on the job too.
Precisely. That commitment piece again. Okay, tip 2, prepare to sell yourself. Focus on value. This is where a lot of candidates stumble, I think. They focus too much on why they want the job.
Yeah, but the interviewer's main question deep down is, how will you, the candidate, benefit my company?
Yeah.
What actual tangible value are you bringing to solve our problems or help us grow?
And here's the really crucial detail the material hits hard. It's not enough to just claim a skill. You can't just walk in and say, oh, I'm a fantastic team player, or I'm a great leader. That's empty. You absolutely must be ready to back it up with facts, with numbers, with concrete proof.
So if I say I'm a strong leader, I need something solid behind that.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just the claim, you might say something like, well, I believe I'm a strong leader. For example, in my last role, my team consistently had the highest J.D. Power ratings for employee satisfaction in our entire division.
Ah, J.D. Power. Okay, wait. For anyone listening who isn't familiar, J.D. Power ratings are kind of a big deal in certain industries, right?
They absolutely are. J.D. Power is very well known for doing objective third-party surveys. They measure things like customer satisfaction, product quality, employee satisfaction, stuff like that. So citing one of their metrics, it instantly lifts your claim from just, your opinion of yourself to objective, externally validated proof. That's what concrete evidence looks like.
Got it. Powerful stuff. Okay, that brings us to the final tip, which feels like the one people skip most often. Tip 3, practice. You've done the mental prep, the research, gathered your proof points. Now you need the physical rehearsal.
You really do. And you need to get serious about it. Don't just mumble answers to yourself in the shower. The sources suggest using friends, especially friends who might be managers or have hiring experience. Set up a proper mini-interview. Ask them for honest, even tough feedback. But the real game changer, the secret weapon here, is recording yourself.
Yeah, using a webcam or even just your phone's video camera. Record that practice interview, because you need to see what the interviewer is going to see. Often our nerves make us do weird things we don't even realize.
And in watching those recordings, that's where you spot the nonverbal cues, the things that signal confidence or anxiety. First thing to check, your posture.
Sit up straight. It sounds so basic, but it really does project power and control. The camera is brutal, isn't it? It'll show every little fidget, shifting around too much, tapping your fingers, playing with a pen. All those little things just scream, I'm nervous.
They really do.
Yeah.
Next up, eye contact. This is absolutely fundamental for building rapport. It signals self-confidence, good people skills, basically that you're comfortable interacting.
And the flip side, avoiding eye contact is such a huge red flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
It can make you seem like you lack confidence, maybe even dishonest, or just that you have poor social skills, none of which is good in today's collaborative workplaces. You've got to maintain good, steady eye contact most of the time.
Absolutely. And all this preparation, the language, the research, the practice, the nonverbals, it all kind of culminates in that very first physical interaction, the handshake.
Ah, the classic handshake. It needs to be firm, professional, but not like a death grip, right? The source is specifically warned against squeezing too hard. It's not an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
So what's the key thing to get right?
The key specification is that your entire palm needs to make contact with their palm. You need that full web-to-web connection. It feels solid, engaged.
Right, avoiding that awful mistake we've all experienced where someone just gives you their fingers or like half their hand.
Exactly. Which has that wonderfully descriptive name, the dead fish handshake.
Mm.
Avoid that at all costs. And this applies equally to men and women, by the way. A firm, full handshake just signals confidence and professionalism right from that first second. It backs up everything else you've prepared. Hashtag outro, Therese.
So this deep dive really shows that nailing the interview prep isn't about magic tricks. It's about specific proactive steps, digging deep with your research, using that power language intentionally, especially phrases like unleash potential and resonate with,
Yeah.
and then making sure your physical presence from that firm handshake to steady eye contact confirms the competence you're projecting.
Absolutely. It's about building a consistent, compelling case for yourself. And, since we really only covered part one, the preparation phase, it leaves a crucial next step hanging, doesn't it? So here's something to think about. If your goal, as you state in the interview, is to unleash potential at this new company, what specific metrics, what third-party evidence, beyond just what's on your resume, are you going to gather next? How will you tangibly prove that your past performance truly guarantees your future success in this specific new role? Something to mull